Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and today, not today, this time, because I've already done a few videos today. Never mind that part. Anyway, this time on this video, I'm going to be doing a review of Iron Maiden's The Number of the Beast. There we go. This was released in 1982. Also, I don't remember, but I think I might have accidentally said that Killers was released in 82 in my other video. But no, that was released in 81. If I said 82, I'm sorry for the mix-up. But yeah, this one was released in 1982, and this was drummer Clive Burr's last album before he was replaced with Nika McBrain. And this is the first album with singer Bruce Dickinson. Um, let's see, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so, and also this was the album that got a lot of hardcore religious folk pissed off. Of course, because of the title and the imagery. Um, apparently, they were so pissed off that they decided, oh, let's round up all the copies, both CD and vinyl, and burn them. And then they were like, oh wait, we can't burn them. We'll be possessed by the fumes. So let's smash it with let's smash them with hammers instead. And thankfully that didn't happen. Thankfully, nothing. They didn't get their way, and nothing was destroyed. And we still have copies of the album to this day. Um, Also, this album has gone through a lot of, well, I think 3 different artwork changes over the years. There is the version that should still be the only version, which is the original version, which was on the 1982, no, yeah, 1982, sorry, I'm getting case confused for some reason, the 1982 version, all the way up to this version, which is, this copy is the 1995 2-disc limited edition re-release. And after this version, the artwork was changed in '98 when they, I guess, re-released the album again, not to do another special edition or limited edition, but because they just wanted to get the different album artwork out there, which they should have never changed. I mean, this version with the blue sky and the bright coloring should be the only version. Apparently, I think it was Steve Harris who said that some bullshit about, oh, the original artwork by Derek Riggs. It was always a black sky, and like, no. And what I mean, okay, so yeah, this was the original artwork, right? And then there was another version in '98. I don't have that version though, but it's very similar to the version I'm about to show you. The other version I'm about to show you. There was a version of the artwork in '98 where they changed the blue sky to a pitch black sky, and they muted the color palette of the album cover, which is dumb. And then I think that artwork carried over to the early 2000s re-release. And then in 2015, when they re-released the album again, they sort of fixed it, but not really. Well, they brought back the brighter colors, somewhat, but left the black sky. Although the black sky isn't the very pitch black you would see in the '98 version. This is more of a light grayish black version. Um, Trying to see, did they also change the back of the art? Yeah, they actually changed the artwork on the back too. Although on the back, I do like the re-released version where it's like a vortex, and underneath the vortex is Iron Maiden, and um they're standing in the pits of hell with torches and stuff. As opposed to this version, which I guess is a close-up of this version. I don't like this back art as much as the re-release. But I get it almost looks like to be the same image. It's just this version is zoomed in for some reason. But yeah. Um, there. Um, so yeah, that's the history of the artwork. Um, and what were the Okay, so I'm gonna get into the singles. Oh no, wait. I forgot to mention the band members. I have to do that first, of course. Okay, so yes, like I mentioned, Clive Burr on drums, Bruce Dickinson on vocals, and of course, Steve Harris on bass, Dave Murray on guitar, Adrian Smith on guitar, and yeah. Um, the singles. Okay, the singles. I believe there were three, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been two, but I think it was three. The ones that I know for sure were singles are "Number of the Beast" and "Run to the Hills," because of course I've seen the single art for those singles. Um, and I believe, oh yeah, "Hallowed Be Thy Name" was a single. So each single again had their own artwork. "Hallowed Be Thy Name" I think is the least interesting one. I don't know, people might find it the most interesting, but I think it's the least interesting one. It's this sort of like 100-foot tall Eddie, but as the devil, and he's stabbing Bruce Dickinson through the chest with a pitchfork, with the hellscape around them. The cover for the single of "Run to the Hills" is basically what's on the disc. It's basically Eddie on top of a hill fighting the devil. And then the cover to "Number of the Beast." Let's see. Oh yeah, it's pamphlet. Is this? It's just Eddie from the aftermath of his battle with the devil from the "Run to the Hills" cover, holding the devil's severed head. Eddie has never looked more menacing than this. Like, look at that! Look at that evil grin. That's awesome. And see the blood dripping too. Um, and yes, I will in the future try to find the "Run to the Hills" single, the "Number of the Beast" single, and the "Hallowed Be Thy Name" single. I have seen the "Run to the Hills" single for pretty cheap in mint condition on eBay. Haven't seen the other singles yet though. I will find them though. But yeah, those are the singles. Now let's actually get into the songs. First off is "Invaders," which a lot of people hate. I don't mind. It's not the best, but it's okay. It's pretty good. Not much to say about that other than it's a Viking themed song. Like it's not themed like you wouldn't like notice it by how the song is musically, but you would know it if you knew the lyrics to it. Um, hmm. Children of the Damned. I know I'm gonna piss a lot of people off, but I do not like Children of the Damned. It's very slow, which is not always a bad thing, but it's just not my type of slow song. And yeah, it's. I really think they should have took this off and replaced it with Total Eclipse, which I will talk about at the end. Um, let's see, "The Prisoner." It's an okay song. It's not bad. It's grown on me in recent years. It's about the TV show The Prisoner. Um, yeah, it has a weird opening. I guess it's an audio clip from the show, which I always thought was weird that they had that in there. Just seemed weird. Overall, pretty good song. Not that great, but listenable. Uh, Here we go. 22 Acacia Avenue, the second song in the Charlotte the Harlot trilogy. What a song! This is really where the album kicks off. Like, "Invaders," "Children of the Damned," and "The Prisoner," okay. But the album really kicks off with 22 Acacia Avenue. I absolutely love it. I love how, like, I don't know if anyone's really noticed this before the song, but it seems like there are two different people. There's two different perspectives. It seems like, okay, so everyone knows the perspective of the guy in the song that wants to, like, basically say, hey, Charlotte, stop being a prostitute. It's ruining your life. You're alienating everyone else in your family. You're throwing your whole life away. Yeah, everyone knows that part of the song. But there's another part that I think is from a totally different perspective. I think it like be me like it'd probably be like an advertisement perspective, like an announcer almost, like an announcer that's hired by the business to announce the business. You know, like where it's like 22 Acacia Avenue. It's the place where we all go. Um, Red lights are burning hot tonight. You know, like I think that part is not the same as the perspective of the guy that's trying to like help out Charlotte, try to get a better life. You know. But yeah, I don't think anyone's noticed that difference before. But yeah, great song. I love the middle section, and it goes all instrumental for a while. Um, but yeah, overall, great song. Bruce Dickinson has these sort of semi-raspy vocals, like not really raspy like he would have on like Be Quick or Be Dead or Fear of the Dark in certain areas of that song. But it's still interesting. I love the vocals on that one. Let's see. The Number of the Beast, the title track, the track that a lot of religious people kind of went crazy about, not in a good way, and like get this song off the face of the earth type crazy. Um, I love how it starts off with like, I guess, sounds like a Vincent Price impersonator. I mean, I think they tried to get Vincent Price, but he wanted too much money, so they just found someone who kind of sounded like him. Where it's like the opening is like, "Woe to you, O earth and sea, where the devil waits," and you know the rest. I'm not going to say the rest because it's going to take up too much time in the video. Um, but yeah, it starts off with that. Then the opening sort of not slow, the soft riff, and then Bruce Dickinson's vocals come up, and then he at the very beginning of when the song really starts to get in there, he goes, "Yeah!" And oh my god, when I saw that live, like back in 2019 during Legacy of the Beast tour, first tour I ever went to for any metal show, it was awesome. And there's actually a difference between when he did it back in the day, when Bruce Springsteen did that opening screech back in the day, it was like, yeah! Whereas nowadays, it's more of a sort of a, like a cry, like, ah! Instead of a, yeah! Which I actually like the version he does now, rather than the version he did back in the day, a little bit more. Um, and yeah, there's a really cool music video to it. Was there any other music videos to any other songs? Oh yeah, Run to the Hills. Which the music video was just basically the band playing live, paired with footage from an old film. But yeah, great song. I absolutely love it. Run to the Hills, the thing I just mentioned, was one of the very first songs I heard of Iron Maiden. Not the first. I think the first one was The Trooper. But this one I think was the second or third. And honestly, the first time I heard, and it wasn't on this album that I heard, it was on a compilation YouTube playlist. The first time I heard it, I didn't actually like it. I thought it was too dumb and cheesy. But now I absolutely love it. Again, this was actually the very last song they played live in Legacy of the Beast tour. Like at the end, it was the end song, which I thought was kind of weird. Like I thought they would end with "Hallowed Be Thy Name," but no, that was the second to last song. Which, okay, whatever, still cool though. Um, "Run to the Hills," great song. Very catchy. Steve Harris's bass is probably the best on any Iron Maiden song on this track. Um, okay, next song, Gangland. I used to like this song, but now it just irritates me. I don't know what it is that why I liked it then, but not now. I don't know. It's just sort of like meh. But the album closes with an absolute fan favorite, the epic "Hallowed Be Thy Name." Ooh, I love this song. I especially love the live version from Beast Over Hammersmith. The both audio and the actual video. Um, it's great. One thing I noticed with this particular release compared to the 2015 version is the bell chime is a little bit softer, but it has a lot more of a reverberating sound, kind of sound to it rather than the shittily compressed version of the 2015 one. Actually, all the sound is kind of like that. Like, even though the sound is slightly softer, it has more of a feel to it rather than the like, because that version, the newer version, is very like compact because they're trying to remaster the sound, and it just, well, it works for the most part. Like, you lose a lot of the soul to it, you know. But here it's not a problem. But yeah, the bell sounds a lot better. The bell chime sounds a lot better on this version. And then of course Bruce Dickinson's, I think, his best vocal performance besides, I'd say either the Trooper or yeah, what's the other one? Oh yeah, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. I love his vocal performance on this song, and I love Uh, my favorite part of the song is definitely, again, like with 22 Acacia Avenue, the middle section where it goes all melodic and like the guitars kick in. Like, you just feel that moment feels pure 80s. Like, if like this whole album in particular feels pure, unfiltered 80s. Like, if someone were to ask what is the metal album that sounds the most 80s feel, this would be it. Like, yeah, maybe Killers, but like this a lot more than Killers, but still Killers too. But yeah, I would say like Number of the Beast. Check it out. Because it sounds very 80s, like super 80s. But yeah, it has one of the best guitar solos and the Hallowed Be Thy Name. But yeah, overall, a really, really, really great album. One of my favorites. I'd give this album, I'd say a 9 out of 10. It's near perfect, not entirely perfect. I'd say if they took off Children of the Damned and replaced it with Total Eclipse, and then they just took off Gangland entirely, then it would be an absolute perfect album. Yeah, last thing I want to go through is the details of this particular version. Like I said, it's the 2-disc limited edition from 1995. You could already showed you the artwork. Inside is the main disc, and then this is a gatefold version. So like it opens up this way. Um, and then it has, of course, let me get this out really quick. Oh. Down, pick this up, and that's the thing I showed you with this artwork, and then on the back it has Iron Maiden, bonus disc to Number of the Beast, Castle 104 out of 2, Total Eclipse, Harris, Diano, Burr. It's just like gives you the stuff, information of the bonus disc that was actually originally a single. And yeah, it has Total Eclipse, but it also has the live version of Remember Tomorrow. But instead of Paul Di'Anno, it's Bruce Dickinson. And then it has more information, like track 1, B-side of UK single Run to the Hills, released February 12th, 1982. MEI 52, just the serial number, and then track 2, B-side of UK single Number of the Beast, released April 26th, 1982. And then that, but there's the pamphlet. And something very interesting is that even though they have Total Eclipse on here. It's not listed on the back of the album. So when I first got this album, I bought it off of eBay, mint condition, for like, I believe around $30. I can't remember exactly, but it was around $30 mint condition. Oh no, it was near mint. It didn't have the plastic seal, the plastic wrap, but it was basically untouched, like it was never played before, and there are like a few minor sort of, can't really see them, but one minor sort of scratch up here that you could barely see. But other than that, it was never played and in very good condition, like near mint. But anyway, when I got it, I looked at the back and I'm like, wait, it doesn't have Total Eclipse on here. What the hell? And I was like, sort of like freaking out mentally, like, oh crap, did I get the wrong thing? But then I open it up and I like still like freaking out, like, oh no, did I get scammed? What the hell happened? And like I'm like looking around, and then I see in the back that little slip pamphlet thingy. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I like try to open it, and I'm like, this has to be a 2-disc thing or whatever, or what, I don't know. And then I realized, wait, this has to be a 2-disc thing, but it doesn't say. And I'm like, 'cause I'm usually used to like, if it's a 2-disc, it says on here like in white lettering, like printed on the spine. But it doesn't say that. Well, it does, but it's, instead of it being printed, it's actually sort of like embedded on here. But you could barely see it. You have to look really, really close and know what you're looking for. And I'm just like, wait, it's 2 discs, but I don't see the other disc. And then because I'm used to having a 2-disc album like hinge differently. Like, because this is a gatefold, and I think the only other gatefold I had before this for like a dual case album cover was 98 Live Meltdown by Judas Priest. Like, I was confused then too, because I'm like, because before that the only 2-disc album cases that I had that hinged were like the versions that, like, when you open it up, like the hinges are on the spine, like right there, so you're able to just flip it like that. But I learned that, like, oh wait, there's another kind of 2-disc case where instead of it being hinged, it's like a gatefold, kind of like a vinyl, which I prefer this kind of version rather than the normal hinge that breaks easily. But yeah, there's that, and then yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.